Just over there dinging away. Ding dong, ding dong. Hi.
Hi.
It's been kind of a long week.
It's, well, like 2 weeks.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like there was some weird stuff going on with people last week.
Oh yeah, you did.
Retrograde, Sagittariuses,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, we're here now.
We've made it.
We showed up.
We
did stuff. And for those of you that made it, my name is Mark with Echelon Media, and this is Zach.
Say with Stitches, your company outfitter, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, and heat printing services.
And welcome to Between the Seams. Today we're going to talk about adding value for your clients. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you find out whenever we drop these videos every week.
Do it that hard too.
Yeah.
The harder you click that button, the better they show up.
Yeah. Can't say anything about any phones or computers breaking as a result of that, but you will be subscribed and you will know when we show up. Now that we got that out of the way, what we're going to talk about really quickly is adding value for your clients. Number one.
Oh, this is me. Well, something we end up doing is we make visual what people don't really visual. You know, they don't see the behind the scenes stuff. And I like to share that with the world and tag my clients in it.
Cool. Number two.
You know, finding partners that do the services that you don't specialize in. Like the natural fit for me is somebody who does graphic design or logo work, where they can, you know, fill those gaps for my clients that need a logo done.
Awesome. And number three.
Staying in touch with your clients. And I don't mean calling or emailing and harassing them all the time, but even just seeing what they're doing on social media or in the news and just keeping an eye out for where your clients are and the work that they do.
In their lives. And that's all you need. You can basically start your own embroidery and custom design business. That's all you ever need. Yeah. Anyways, so that was a short version. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with these videos as they drop every week. And since you're sticking around on the YouTubes, we're gonna go ahead and go a little bit deeper on adding value for your clients. So posting work on social media, what does that mean?
Well, you know, it's what I end up doing is when I'm posting a job that I've done for a client on social media, and I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, well, Google My Business, you can't really tag your clients in. It just kind of shows you off.
Tumblr.
Yeah, really just Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't understand Twitter. Stuff goes up there. I don't know who's looking at it. You know. But the visual markets of Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, because they show off pictures. And you can tag other people in them, like your clients, so that they know when, hey, what's this? And they see how what you put together for them was made and created. Especially something like embroidery. Yeah, embroidery is such a visual thing, and the whole process of it, it's captivating.
Well, I mean, you got to go back to what I said, or what we said about this, is that you make people's dreams come true. Right. And on top of that, you're not just making their dreams come true, like literally realizing their vision. You're also now sharing that vision with the world, and people like that. People are proud of the stuff that they created, and you're a partner in showing that to the world.
And on top of tagging them in it, I'll dive into what people are hashtagging or following within their sects of business. And I'll throw those hashtags in it too, so that way the people that are looking for their businesses or that are in the same industry as they are will also see what they are doing or what we are doing for them.
Yeah.
And it adds a little bit more engagement for all sides. It engages for us, it engages for the client. Everybody has that another point of contact, because it takes, on average 7 points of contact to lead to that client
that sale or close,
that sale.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's part of the engagement aspect of it is part of the whole community thing. It's just being able to share that and that whole experience from cradle to grave, as some people would say, of this process. So that leads us into number 2.
So we had a meeting with a couple of ladies. Paper Pennant. It was awesome.
That was really
learning
cool. Very insightful.
What they do.
Yep.
The direction that they're going, and it was really just all about reaching out and seeing how we could connect and fill the gaps that we might have for our individual clients. You know, I might be able to do something for them to help the needs of one of their clients, and
you need a designer, and they do graphic design.
And I can send things to them that help the needs of my clients.
Yeah.
And nobody really expects anything in return from one another, but at least we can rely on each other to know where we're sending our clients, and that the work's going to get done, and that there's a level of trust there.
Yeah. Well, it opens up the conversation, is what it is. I mean, developing the relationship helps to get the engagement going, as far as like, you may have another graphic designer, for example, in your books already. But for instance, maybe they don't have the competencies to do what a new client coming in is asking for. And maybe, for example, Paper Pennant can deliver on that promise.
Especially on the quality and the scope. And now I know, because they mentioned that they do branding guides.
That was really cool.
Like that was amazing.
I'm super bummed we couldn't capture that.
That's gonna
That's such a bummer.
Like paint out the whole picture of how your brand should be displayed in all formats.
Yeah.
Like, these are things that you can't get on Fiverr or createyourlogo.com. All you're gonna get there is maybe a computer generated thing that means nothing.
You get what you ask for, and that's it. You don't get the same customization and real attention to detail that would come from working with a client, with a vendor like them.
How dedicated are you to your business, and how far do you think your business is going to go? What do you believe in?
Yeah.
And the scope of things that they do and that we strive to do.
Yeah.
I'll say we're doing it, but I always want to strive for more.
Yeah.
It's good to see that still exists. And
that was such a good conversation.
Yeah, it really was.
That was such a damn good conversation. That was almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And maybe we can try to get them on here, and maybe get some other vendors on here to have some of these conversations, get different insights. But yeah, I mean, that was huge for me. So yeah, for sure.
I mean, we can even open up the door now and say, if you want to be on our show, throw us a little message.
Yeah.
All the platforms have that little feature, and we follow it. So.
Cool. All right, so that leads us into number 3.
Staying in touch with your clients and keeping an eye open for what their needs could be.
So is that to say,
hi, this is John from Random Digitizing Service.
good morning.
I would like to sell you my digitizing services. Can I speak to your embroidery manager?
John, it's 3 in the morning.
I understand. It is very early in the morning, but I am trying to sell you quality digitizing services.
John, maybe we can talk later?
How about now?
This is really an inappropriate time. I have no pants. Don't do that. Especially when you don't have pants on.
I usually hang up on those people.
Or you blow them up.
Better I go, hey, thanks for calling. This is amazing. You know, I don't like those cold calls. there's no basis to them. There's no mutual like goal in mind with those calls.
They're just trying to sell you.
It's a cold call.
So, all that to say, that's not what you mean by number 3. What you mean is,
like, I like to follow my clients on the social medias that they're on, see what they're doing, keep up to date with the projects they're working on, see who's engaging with them, and if something comes to mind, like I've got a client, I said, hey, you know, you're working on this. I saw you guys wearing a hat for whoever your vendor was. How about we do some hats for you? You know, there's usually a mutual benefit. There's an actual
relationship.
I
mean, that gets used a lot.
An actual potential for a need.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the clients that believe in their brand and, you know, want to deliver what their brand is about with their clientele. You know, here's a free hat. You guys are wearing hats anyways. Let's put your brand on.
You're almost a second eye. Like if you notice that, hey, they happened to be at an event and the event was outside and they didn't have hats, but they had the shirts on that you made for them that were like UV protected shirts. Then next time you go, hey, I saw that you were at this particular event, and let's get some hats going. So really, it's just having some sort of attunement and connection with that client to say, these are the things they may need. And it's not, I mean, obviously you're gonna get compensation for that, but it's obviously because you have an eye, you're considering their particular needs for themselves as a brand as they grow.
Well, and I like to get to know my clients. I've said it, I think, just about every episode.
Yeah.
You know, I want to just have that relationship where I'm like, this would be a perfect fit for you. Now, at the end of the day, it's up to them whether they want to do it or not.
Yeah.
And if they do, great. But at least they know I'm thinking about them.
Yeah. Like we did that batch of hats for Miles, and that was a whole process. And there was a lot of like adjusting and sort of considering colors and stuff of that nature. But it was with the thought that this is for the team, and I think it was for an event.
Yeah.
It was leading up to an event. Yeah.
It was just a company outing.
Yeah. Just to go watch a game. So that makes sense. It's like you're accommodating for the needs of the client based on what their life experiences happen to be.
What are the real needs? Like every customer that I ask them, I say, what are you doing this for? You know, are you going to an event? Are you doing door-to-door sales? You know, everything has a different use and need, and some fill needs better than others.
Yeah. Cool. I think that sums up all of it. And that was posting work on social media, partnering with other service providers or vendors, and staying in touch with your clients and keeping an eye open for their needs. That's pretty much it, unless you have anything else to add.
I'm good to go.
Cool. Well, we gotta wrap it up and get out of here.
It's a boo-boo weekend.
It's a boo-boo weekend. Make sure that if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and comment if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, because all that stuff really helps with the engagement. It not only helps us to be aware of what's going on, but it really does help push the videos forward so that everybody else can see and experience all this. And
what do you want to know? What do you want to see?
Right.
I'd love to show it to you, and I'd love to give you my opinions.
Yep, absolutely.
If you want to listen.
Yeah. And for those of you in the know, it does help with the algorithm a little bit. And of course, if you want to see this stuff every week, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with these videos every week. And also that helps a ton too. Those numbers really do help push the company outfitter Say It With Stitches stuff out there. But right now what we're going to do is wrap it up here and say bye. Thank you so much for joining us for Between the Seams. My name is Mark with Echelon Media.
Zachary, Davey, Zach.
Did you forget who you were?
No, I just wasn't sure how far I wanted to go with it.
Oh, okay.
I'm Zach with Company Outfitters. Say It With Stitches. Say It With Stitches, your company outfitter.
There you go.
Still trying to play with these things.
Yeah.
A lot of thoughts.
It could be two separate companies.
Or I need to figure out.
Just make it one.
That conversation this morning has me thinking about a million things. I'm Zach, Say It With Stitches, your company outfitter specializing, I still can't talk today. Specializing in embroidery, screen printing, and heat printing services. And we have a special guest for you today.
Really quickly before we wrap.
Giuseppe. If you guys are interested
plug.
in local artist work, I strongly recommend you check out Just Got Shirts. He's got more than shirts. He's also got hats. He is
the creative
amazing.
genius.
We love this Italian. Come on, Juice.
Lousy at pizzas.
Come on, Juice.
Great with designs.
Get on the camera.
Oh, that's a very great hat. Thank you so much for all your great work. These guys are the best. Better than even Italian guys that do the same thing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Oh no. Oops, you can edit it out.
But if you are also a local artist, we would love to work with you on getting some stuff done. But I strongly recommend you check out Just Got Shirts. You're gonna need to change that to Just Got Hats too.
I got just got hats, just got shirts. I don't know what I'm doing, so
What do I do with my hands?
I'm just doing it.
And you got anything else? Okay.
That's it.
That's a wrap.
Thank you, Juice.
Bye. Bye, Juice.